GMGers and GMGettes, are you ready?
Countdown, 60 seconds to get ready for the Good Morning Gang morning show. It's time to get ready. Get your coffee, tea, trees, or whatever need be. Then put on your seatbelt. We're going on a journey. We'll discuss trending topics, music and breaking news to help get your morning right. Big Phil speaks, giving you his one-of-a-kind point of view. It's the GMG, and we're family. So as we count down to the start of the show, prepare for the unexpectedly. If you know, you know. Tell 1 to 7 of your friends to come in. Share your love for the show. We're about to begin. The GMG countdown.
It's time to wake yourself up. It's the Good Morning Gang morning show. You feel me?
Good morning to you.
Hey, looky, what do we have here? I don't know, probably the best morning show ever hit the atmosphere. Let's be clear, there's plenty others that do it B.I.G., but keep it at a buck though, none to get you up though like GMG. With all the news and real point of views you can use, light and heavy topics we peruse, even a laugh or two. What you talking? Good morning, gang, be the instrument and take your friends and them, Ken and all, come on in, tune in. You ain't gonna want them in state, and even the trolls and haters that hate us, we end up being their favorite. Cause from 8 to 10, we get it in, believe that. I mean, from where else could you go when you a part of the show? Definitely GMG, cause when you show love, we show love back. First thing in the morning, we get you through, so after the yawning, wash up and wipe your face, get your snacks and come on in, get comfy, but most importantly, in all caps,
A dooby dooby doo 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 doo. Good morning. Hey, good morning to ye. Good morning to ye. Good morning. Hey, it's your boy Big Phil Speaks, and this is the Good Morning Gang morning show, brought to you by myself. Big Phil Speaks, and who? That good GMG. What? The Good Morning Gang. Huh? Let them haters hate and let them watch and debate. Huh? We gonna keep it pushing. Yeah, baby. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, GMGers and GMGettes. Before I go any further, let me get this out of the way. early, huh? Warning, warning, warning. Federal Law Title 17 USC Section 107 allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted material under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. Fair use allows for the quoting of copyrighted material and the creation of a new work for purposes included but not limited to criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, or research. Fair use preserves the free flow of culture. That part, baby, baby, yeah, yeah, yeah. Good morning. Who we got in the building? Sexy Sugar Mama. She's in the building. Tiffany is in the building. Allure is in the building. Good morning. Crack baby, trick baby, crack baby is in the building. I get it. A lot of people was up all night, half the night, you know, on online festivities and things, lives and spaces. So I get it. People might be trickling in slow, but guess what? Do your boy a favor. Share the live if you would. Share the live if you could. Shout out to those that are tapping in, tuning in from YouTube, of course, Facebook, of course, X, formerly known as the Twitters, and also Twitch. We got people representing. You understand me? Listen, y'all see the day's title? The day's title is what? We on 280, the 280th episode, 280 of them things. Yeah. 280 of them things. That means we've been around for a little bit, even with the hiatus. Even with the if I wasn't on hiatus, where would the numbers be? But guess what? The title of today's show is Respect versus Disrespect. Huh? Listen, we about to have at it, ladies and gentlemen. Shout if you would. Give me a 100 in the comments if you could. If you hear me clearly. Yeah, if you rocking with me dearly. It's the Good Morning Gang morning show. You feel me? Listen, I got breaking news. I got breaking news out of New York. Out of New York. Out of LaGuardia Airport. Thank you. Out of LaGuardia Airport, there has been an airplane crash at the airport between an airplane and emergency service vehicle. Oh man. There's over 40 passengers that have been rushed to the hospital. Some have been released already. Some are being, still worked on. Unfortunately, the pilot and the co-pilot have passed of that plane. No word on any of the individuals from the other vehicle, but y'all check this video out real quick if you would, huh? It's a lot of crashing out going on up there, ain't it? Ain't that Queens area? Huh?
Truck 1 and Company, Warning Tower, cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and Company, cross 4 Delta.
Truck 1 and Company, crossing 4 at Delta.
Frontier 4195, stop there, please. Stop, Truck 1, stop. Stop, Truck 1, stop. Stop, Truck 1, stop. Bill 2603, go around, runway heading 2000. Jet 646. Jet 646, I see you collide with vehicle in hold position. We can't move. Vehicles are responding to you now.
Is the runway closed?
Bill 2603, go around, runway heading 2000.
Alright, 2000, go around, 2603.
See a tower.
Truck 2, runway 4 is closed, correct?
Yep, go on to runway 4 now. If you see on runway 4, you have access.
Tower, Cardinal 0, runway 422 is closed at this time.
9-0, roger.
Hawaii Tower, vehicle 98.
98.
I don't know how that happened. I don't know why it happened. I just know that there's a crash that happened at LaGuardia Airport in New York. It's a shame, right? And some people will equate it to what's going on in New York with the TSA situation, but people fail to realize there's other workers that are affected by these bills not being paid, not just the TSA workers, but other airline employees. Could this have played a part in that crash? Could this have played a part in that collision? Who knows? Who knows? Only time will tell. As more develops, we'll talk about it. Huh? Charlie Hustle. Good morning to ye. Good morning to ye. Good morning to ye. What's upper? Huh? How you feeling? We in the building, huh? Before I get into some of the more heavier things of today's show, I wanted to highlight. Let me make sure I got this in order. Do, 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 do. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Do, 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 do. Let me move this up. Da, 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 da. Yeah. Out of Georgia. Some of y'all might have heard about this by now. Some of you may have not. But we always talk about community building, right? Because our communities have been destroyed, not utterly, not totally, but destroyed due to things, circumstances. I say the crack era did us a number. For those of us of a certain age that remember communities prior to the crack era, going into the crack era, and post crack era. Well, out of Georgia, there's 70 families that have come together, that came together because it's already done happened or already happening, to buy 5,000 acres, 5,000 of them things. That gets the big air horn. Stand up for those 70 families to buy 5,000 acres and build something that they are calling Freedom, Georgia. Hmm. A safe haven to call home. Freedom, Georgia. How about that, huh? I think things like this need to be celebrated. Things like this need to be promoted. I think things like this need to be duplicated in other areas of the country. Stop waiting for reparations. Stop waiting for somebody to do it for you, and get up, get out, and get something. Do something. Produce something, huh? Especially with everything going on with the economy, especially with everything going on with our food, farming, etc. Build something that we can summarily control, actually have the full input on our safety, on our nourishment, on our shelter, and hey, something to pass down as a financial legacy to your children, huh? Y'all check this video out right here. Hold on, let me make sure I got it. Okay, boom. Y'all check this out. Freedom, Georgia. Georgia, Georgia.
You hear that? That is the sound of freedom. A lush and rugged expanse about 130 miles south of Atlanta, just shy of 97 acres. It's undeveloped, unincorporated, and it has new owners.
It feels amazing. It feels really amazing. I cry every time I come here.
Renee Walters is one of them. She's president of the Freedom Georgia Initiative. It's a collective of 19 black families who recently bought this land. This dream all started a few weeks ago during Renee's typical morning call with her friend Ashley Scott.
She said, Ashley, did you see the article about Toomsboro for sale?
It turns out that the entire small town was never for sale, just a bundle of a few dozen homes and buildings. So Ashley, a real estate agent, looked for listings in the area and found one for this.
And it was just such a beautiful piece of land. It was affordable, and it just made sense that we could create something that would be amazing for our families.
Why were these two women interested in the prospect of buying a town in the first place?
It really was when we saw what happened with Ahmaud Arbery and George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and the protests, We both have black husbands, we both have black sons, and I was starting to get overwhelmed and have a sense of anxiety when my husband would leave the house to go to work. So watching our people protesting in the streets, while it is important, and I want people to stay out in the streets, bringing attention to the injustices of black people, we needed to create a space and a place where we could be a village again, a tribe again.
I only got 2 seats to it. So Renee and Ashley reached out to family and friends, and together they bought what they intend to name Freedom, Georgia, a new black city.
We don't intend for it to be exclusively black, but we do intend for it to be pro-black in every way.
Jessica Gordon-Amard is an economist and an expert on black collectives.
I've found tremendous benefits to individuals, families, and the communities that are involved in it, including, the economic stability and prosperity, but also leadership development, social capital development, other kinds of human capital development. And so it's really a win-win for everybody involved to be involved.
The owners hosted the Big Black Campout over Labor Day weekend. Supporters drove in from across the country. The plan is to introduce farming next, create a lake for sustainable fishing, facilities for recreation, and eventually develop a fully operational, expanded city.
By being able to create a community that is thriving, that is safe, that has agriculture and commercial businesses that are supporting one another, and that dollars circulating in our community, that is our vision. And to be able to pass this land down to my children and to the children that are represented by each of our 19 families as a piece of legacy. We're hoping to create legacy.
Victor Blackwell, CNN, Wilkinson County, Georgia.
I think that's doper than dope. I think this might have to edit down a little bit, in the post-production. Hopefully it don't get flizzag, but I think that is super dope. In this day and time with so much bullshiggery and so much negativity and so much unrest, and there's wars and rumors of wars and all the things to promote, project, big up, highlight positive things. And I saw Terry Murray. Good morning to you. I see you in the building, and I saw your comment. It said, "Oh yeah, Freedom Town. I think Killer Mike did something like this similar too." I hope that some of our celebrity slash elite slash those with a deeper pocket would think about doing some of the same exact things, building their own version of Freedom Town or Freedom, Georgia, in whatever city, I mean, not city, whatever state they're in, whatever state that they're living in. I hope that more individuals come together and get together with other like-minded individuals and become a collective and actually put these things together. Not no cult bullshiggery, not no underhanded bullshiggery, but people coming together of a like mind to actually build something that they can be proud to say that this is ours, this is for us, by us, just like the brand FUBU. You feel me? And actually put it together. It's gonna take a lot of elbow grease. You're gonna have to get down and dirty, possibly, depending on how deep the pocket is, in building up these towns or whatever the case may be, these cities, whatever the case may be. However, the fruit thereof will be oh so delicious to the mental, to the moral, to the spiritual, and to the actual fact of it coming to existence, coming to fruition. I think that it's a dope situation, and I hope that you all might put that nugget in your head. And if you come across some money, or you collectively amongst your family and or close circles of friends could think of putting together something similar and pull it off, why not? Why not? 13 months of membership. Crack baby, trick baby. I salute you. That means you stuck You stay solid. I'm getting tongue twisted. You stay solid even in my hiatus. I appreciate that more than you know, huh? More than you know. 13 months of membership. That's doper than dope, huh? Listen, and as I said in my last show, or whatever the case may be, I'm on a mission for 100,000 followers here on YouTube. So if you would share the live with 1 to 7 of your friends. You don't have to spam your whole contact list. But understand, if you think that there's something that somebody that you know could glean out of one of these shows, whether it's a laugh, whether it's a cry, whether it's uproar, whether it's information, entertainment, huh? Uh, don't hold tight to me. Pause. No diddy, but spread the love, as I would like to say, and invite them on in, or whatever the case may be, as we build this thing of ours. The good GMG, huh? Listen, I'm gonna keep pushing, keeping on, but crack baby, trick baby, I appreciate you and others like yourself. But I'm, like I said, I'm on a goal, 100,000 followers on this good YouTube channel, and I want the same 100. It don't have to be the same followers, but 100,000 for IG as well, and then let the other apps fall in line. Today we are simulcasting not only here on YouTube, but also on X, formerly known as Twitch, and the good Facebook Live. At the same time, I got my iPad running for IG. I'm gonna start broadcasting through IG as well through their live situation, so it looks similar to this. I could have been done it, but I just haven't implemented it yet. But I will be doing so because there are some people that just refuse to come on over to the good YouTube for whatever intent and purposes, but will sit there and want to watch through IG or listen at this point because I got the camera off on IG, so you can't even see a brother over there on the good IG right now. But listen, I'm here to expand, build, and make it a more memorable experience for everybody involved. That part right there, huh? Good morning. Listen, thank you for those. I see more people starting to view and tune in from X, formerly known as Twitter's. Welcome on in if you're new. Welcome back if you're part of the fam. You hear me? Listen, I'm gonna keep it pushing, keep it moving. Airplane crash, 70 families in in ATL. Well, not ATL, but Georgia. Ah, man. With everything that's going on in the world today, with Frumpy Frump and his active dictatorship with this war and things that are going on, or whatever you want to call it, the skirmish or whatever. I need a shave. But anyway, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of individuals who are going through it here on US soil when it comes to having to work without being paid for over a month. Could you imagine that? You want to keep your job, you want to work, you want to do a good job, but you're being told that you're going to have to work and you're not going to be paid right now because we have no budget for you, even though we can find a budget for every damn thing else. This war that's going on, ice bullshittery that's going on, and everything else. They can find the money for that, but they have no money. They have no money to make sure that our airports are secure, that things run smoothly, that people get through the terminals. But I think there's a bigger plot employed to that as well, because starting today, I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. But anywho, things are getting outrageous at the airports. Outrageous in the airports. Lines to get through security. 2, 3, 4+ hours. TSA agents calling out in droves. Mass call outs. Frustrated travelers. Probably mad at the TSA when they need to be mad at the administration, the government, not the TSA workers. Because Would you go to your job and not get paid? No matter if it's in blue collar work or corporate work, would you go to work and not get paid? We ain't talking about that, oh, they jacked up a paycheck. We talking about for a whole month plus. People got rent, people got other bills, people got families that they need to feed and take care of. And guess what? The landlords of these establishments, apartments, and things of that nature, they not gonna give a fickety about the government not paying you your money. They want theirs, right? But it's a sad situation because you got some good men and women who have to go home and face their families, face the man or the woman in the mirror, face their children. Say, baby, we're going to have to go without some things this month or for a while until they get this situated. And from a video that I'm going to play in a little bit, seems like there's a lot of puppet string pulling, a lot of bullshittery. And as you know, the House, the Senate, etc., are both controlled by the Republicans. And I'm not trying to make this a political show, but they've been blocking the bills that have been introduced to get the TSA workers funded. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. At 4 a.m. Atlanta, the line was out the door. I never seen anything like it. Plus, my baby mom's sister flight got canceled because it was a plane crash in New York. Yeah, I talked about that earlier. I talked about the crash at LaGuardia, Terry. That's a fact of mundo. That's a fact of mundo. Speaking of the Atlanta line, y'all check this video out because this shows a little bit of the bullshickery with people trying to travel from to and fro. To and fro. Have mercy. Now, anybody that's been through that airport in Atlanta, I think it's called Hartfield, notice sometimes that line can go, but I ain't never seen it look like that. The times I've flown in and out of Atlanta, I've never seen it like that. And that's light from what I'm hearing. That's light from what I'm hearing. But damn, what are we supposed to do when the game won't let us go? Now that you saw that out of Atlanta, here go another airport. And what's going on? They outside.
Look at this shit. You are 3 hours early to the airport, and this is what you get. I am in New Orleans. Look at this. Oh my God, and it's even worse up here.
That's brazy. How could things get that bad? How could it get that bad? Terry says, bruh, I'm from Atlanta and work in Hartsfield. I've never seen it like that before. Right. I flew out of ATL roundabout when it was alleged gunshots went off in the airport or something that they thought were gunshots. It was a couple years back or whatever the case may be, and things were backed up then, but it did not look nothing like that video of ATL Hartfield Airport that I just showed or whatever the case may be. This is ridiculous. Here are some travel tips that they're saying. Get your ass to that airport earlier if you must travel. It's an airport security alert what travelers should know right now. Not now, but right now. Give yourself extra airport time. Security lines may be longer than usual. Get your ass there 3 to 5 hours earlier. Prepare. I hope you got your good knees on. Hopefully you got your good shoes on with the cushion, the extra cushion, because it look like them lines are gonna be lining. And unlike the concert arena tickets and all that, or the shoe releases, you can't pay nobody to stand in them lines for you. You're gonna have to stand your ass right there in that line. Check your airline app first. Airlines often update delays faster than TSA tools. Look at your airport's website if the TSA wait time site isn't working. Use pre-check or clear if available. It may help move you through faster. It might, but who knows? Keep your bag simple. Liquids and electronics can slow down screaming. Well, you got to have your keyboard, your lappy tops, click, 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 click. Or, your iPads or your tablets and your phones. But try to keep other things to a minimum. Bring snacks in an empty bottle. Airport lines may take longer than expected. Why bring an empty bottle? You will want to bring you some libation that you'll pause, no Diddy, to get you through, huh? Stay flexible with your plans. Build extra time into connections and boarding, I guess it says. Travel safe. Listen, I don't know how to put it any better. In this day and time of the times we're living in, get your ass to the airport hella early if you are flying. And if you don't want to deal with all the extra bullshittery, because there's more to this plot and this situation going on, get in your vehicle and take a road trip, huh? Get you, if you're going with your boo-boo bun thing or your family, go on a road trip. Baby, we gonna get to know each other really well. You hear me? What you mean? We going across the road. What? What? So get to take a road trip, maybe, because this thing here is crazy. They can't pay the TSA workers, but now they want to put ICE agents in the airport supposedly to help the TSA agents make sense out of the nonsense. That's a fact, and I'm gonna get to that. The brilliant minds think alike, sexy sugar mama. Give it a second. I'm coming. Pause. No, daddy. Listen. Understand, here's a brother out of ATL who's a TSA worker, because you got to hear from the ground. You got to hear from the people that are going through it. You got to hear from the people that are affected, not just the travelers. Of course, the travelers are affected and inconvenienced, but the people that are tasked with getting you through the checkpoints and making sure the airport is decently run and or safe are heavily affected by the situation. Y'all check this out, huh?
Officers are not just not showing up. They have reason for not showing up. Whether it's I can't put gas in my car, I have to take care of my children, I had to pay my light bill so that my lights won't get cut off, so that took away from the funds. Those are the reasons that officers are not showing up. The requirement to provide documentation for those specific instances is where it's, why is that a question? If I'm telling you that my lights have been turned off or I can't put gas in my car, the agency knows that I received a $5 paycheck or a $1 paycheck. What are you supposed to do that? You can barely go to McDonald's and get a value meal for $5.
A $5 or $1 paycheck. Just imagine how you would feel. You go get your pay stub, or you hear that cling, that notification for your direct deposit, and that junk say $5. $5. You gonna look at that junk like, what the figure, D? I done worked all these hours for these Bammers, and they done gave me $5 damn. Like he said, in this day and age, you can't even get you really can't get a good value meal nowhere for the $5. You might get the 4 for $4. You might get the biggie bag at Wendy's. McDonald's got a couple alternatives or whatever the case may be, but you ain't feeding your family for no $5 nowhere. You can't go to Aldi's. You can't go to Save a Lot. You can't go to none of these value food grocery stores or whatever the case may be, and feed nobody all the. You can't even get 5 Snicker bars to pass around the family. Like, here's some protein, here's your dessert, and all the things. You can't even do that for 5 people off of $5. Make it make sense. Charlie Hustle said it's a part of Project 2025. They want TSA to collapse so they can privatize it, and elite want to own everything. Aha! Matter of fact, before I go any further, let me put this banner up here. Anything that I said prior to, right now, and Going forward is all allegations. Allegedly. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to support the show in any manner, Zelle, PayPal, Apple Pay, or whatever the case may be, there's instructions right there. Or you can look up right there and buy me some coffee. Figuratively. You feel me? But anywho, here go another TSA agent. Hold on, before I do that. Young Dre, salute GMG in the building, huh? What the hell? It costs more to print that than what they got. That's a factor, Mundo. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. Here's another TSA worker and what he's had to say. This is a damn shame, ladies and gentlemen. Damn shame.
Lawmakers, listen, we're not Republicans, we're not Democrats, we're not independents. We're just people that come to work every day to do our job. And all we expect you guys to do is do your job. Pay us for what we do. That's all we're asking. Passengers, listen, we're going to do our job. We're going to be professional. We're going to get you through as fast as possible. There might be some delays. Here at DCA, we have a wonderful team. We're doing our job. We're doing our part. So listen, work with us, and we're going to work with you guys.
And that's in my region. Homies from my region. Understand something. It's ladies and gentlemen that go to work, put their time in, they got their job. They say, okay, this is a steady job with benefits. I don't know why they're saying poor connection on my, what's called with benefits. And here we are. What are the benefits in not getting paid? What are the benefits of showing up to work and not being compensed or recompensed for your time? Make it make sense, ladies and gentlemen. Here is what's going on with the laws. Here's a video. Rich was goody like the mob. Salute GMG. Here's what's going on with Republicans blocking bills that could get them funded. It's a damn shame. It's a war going on. Respect versus disrespect. That title has so many meanings, and we're going to get into them today. But this is the disrespect for the people that have been tasked with getting you to and fro in your travels, man. It's a wicked game people playing, wicked game.
In terms of funding, ICE is now bigger than the United States Marines. And my Republican friends are saying to me, saying to my colleagues, that if you don't give this overgrown paramilitary force of masked agents jumping out of unmarked cars more money, we're going to leave TSA workers and others unpaid. I think that's patently unfair. I think we ought to fund the federal workers. We ought to fund FEMA, Coast Guard, we ought to fund Homeland Security while we have a principled argument about what is happening with ICE, because what is happening there gets to the very basic things that I learned in my 9th grade civics class about the engagement between law enforcement and ordinary citizens every single day. And what we're witnessing in this moment is unacceptable. Pay the TSA workers. In terms of funding, ICE is now bigger than the United States Marines. And my Republican friends are saying...
Sorry about that. Listen, it's sad when people play politics and play, give me what I want and I might give you what you want, where others, us, are hung out in the balance. We're strung out there in the balance, made to go without, made to do without with the things that we've worked for. We were taught, go get a job, work hard, get paid good, take care of your family, take care of yourself. From everybody from the government on down to most parents, get you a job, get you a good government job with benefits, so you can retire and get you a good pension. And a lot of people, pensions are in the balance. But you got you a good job, TSA job paying good money, right? Now you can't even get paid. and you're told, oh, but you better show up to work. You got to show up to work. Bring your ass here. We'll pay you later once we get this sorted out. But who knows when that's supposed to happen? It could happen today, could happen tomorrow. Hell, it could happen in August. It could happen for Christmas. What people supposed to do with that? How are they supposed to feed themselves and their families? How are they supposed to keep a roof over their head for them and their families? How are they supposed to travel to and fro without money to get petrol for them and their families? How are they supposed to keep up with their medical care if they're not able to pay the copay and or fees that's associated with that if they don't have good health care, that is? Forget about the frivolous things, movies, etc. Hygiene, keeping the shave up, keeping the hair done, or the weaves and all those things. The wigs, the weaves, the extensions, the braids, whatever, for the ladies. Or keeping their own hair up. What are they supposed to do in the meantime, between time? What? It's a sad situation. Now, what's the day? The 23rd, Monday, the 23rd of March, 2026. Today, ICE agents are supposed to be throughout the United States at airports to assist TSA in getting things, making sure things are going properly, right? ICE agents, right? And allegedly, they're not there for the activities that they've been doing in the streets and neighborhoods and cities and towns and throughout the United States thus far. Make it make sense. Is it coincidental or is there something more sinister to that with the fact that in conjunction with TSA officers not being paid, which causes people to either want to seek other employment, maybe do some supplemental employment, DoorDash, Lyft, Uber, et cetera, until they can get paid, call out because they can't get to work, that all of a sudden you're going to bring in this Gestapo force called ICE to be at the airports. That's another reason, ladies and gentlemen, why you should get there hella early, because ain't no telling whom they're going to stop and what they're going to stop them for and what's going to be the probable cause or the lack thereof in your travels. Even if you want to go from one state to another. We ain't even talking about international flights and things. Is there something else going on here? The timing of it is everything. Respect versus disrespect. Is the government playing in our face? Just like people can. Is the government playing in our face? But the Congress and the Senate is still being paid. Make that make sense. Shaking my head. I bet the minute you go in their pocket, things will change quick, fast. And there's legislation that I think either has been introduced or will be introduced that the Congress and Senate, when stuff like this happen, that their paychecks stop. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna pass that one though. I know they ain't passing that one because they not coming up off their money. But why they BS, almost cussed on the morning show. Why they BS with your money, with your freedoms, with your times, things to make you and your community better and safer. They getting their pockets padded, going to their plush living quarters in and around the city of Washington, D.C., Maryland and Virginia areas. Playing God in certain instances over your life with the things that they pass and the things that they don't pass. Make it make sense. Yeah, Rich said, feel for prayers, 20 right now, damn it. Damn it. Listen, I don't think they ready for me because I'm going to keep it 1,000. Wow. Huh? I'm going to make sure everybody got what they need. We going to find a way. There's a lot. They always talking about it. Ain't no money for this. We ain't got enough money for that, but they find money for this war. They find money for all these missiles and things and all this covert and overt activities that's going on. They finding money to hire more, or that's part of the problem. They trying to get more money to fund the Gestapo movement that Frumpy Frump got going on. But they can't end hunger here in America. They can't end homelessness here in America. They can't pay workers that work through them to secure our airports, TSA workers. Make it make sense. This next video speaks to what I'm just now talking about and the possibility and probability, the allegations and the speculations as to, is there a bigger plan going on, huh? We could finally have that GMG barbecue on the South Lawn. Is brazy. They not ready for anyone with common sense. That's a fact of Mundo, huh? You got the perfect campaign song, Hating on Me. Listen. Hey, Rich, listen. Make it make sense. Anyway, y'all watch this video. This lady here got something to say, huh? Things that make you go,
TSA security lines wrapped around the building. So much so that people are missing their flights. And as of tomorrow, that Orange Menace is sending ICE agents to airports. As of Monday, March 23rd, let's connect the dots because this is on purpose and it's intentional. It's not coincidental and it's not on accident. This past week, TSA security agent call-out rates spiked to over 50% in cities like Houston, Atlanta, Chicago. Why is that? Lines at major airports are hitting 3 and 4 hour delays. Why is that? Folks are missing flights, absolute chaos. Did you know TSA agents have been working without full paychecks for over a month, and many of them already quit? The ones that are there, the ones that are showing up, are stretched thin to the limit. It didn't start this week. It started a whole year ago with the Department of Homeland Security stripping TSA agents of their collective bargaining rights. Union contracts ripped up, protections just gone. Fast forward to this year, Valentine's Day, TSA agents forced to come to work with no pay and no contract and no protection. Now here's where it gets absolutely dangerous and ridiculous. As of tomorrow, let's read together. The Trump administration announced that they will be sending ICE agents into airports starting Monday, March 23rd. He said that ICE will be conducting the immediate arrest of undocumented immigrants at airports with, quote unquote, heavy emphasis on those from Somalia. You're creating a staffing crisis and you're creating chaos. And your solution is to send ICE, who have no business at airports and have no training to do security. That's their solution. We know exactly what this is. They've been telling us who they are all along. You're sending ICE to airports, some of the most heavily populated spaces in the country. Not for safety, not to protect, not to secure, but to interrogate, detain, harass, arrest, and profile people. You couldn't pay me enough money to fly anywhere right now. And y'all better be safe in them airports.
You hear me? You better be safe out there, but she eloquently broke it down. Understand something. This paramilitary, militia-like group of individuals are former, current law enforcement individuals, as well as bounty hunters, as well as militia individuals, as well as untrained heathens have been hired under the umbrella of ICE without full proper training and or vetting. You thought some police have been hired with chips on their shoulders. These ICE agents, some of them, I can't say everybody, but some of them, boy, the way they've been acting towards people and some of the tragedies that have come out of it have been something otherworldly. Something otherworldly. Now there's allegations coming up. Hold on, there we go. There's allegations coming up that some of the women detainees, ICE detainees, and young women that have been detained are coming up pregnante in all women facilities. Mind you, not they're not getting housed with their husbands and in all women detainment centers, women are coming up pregnant. Whom or who are the individuals that are securing those facilities? Boom, 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 boom. Listen, ICE, baby. Too cold, too cold. Y'all come on over to the good YouTube, IG. Listen, ICE agents are tasked with securing the facilities in which people are detained. And at these women facilities, women and young women have been coming up pregnant. This post right here says a lot. The girls in the ICE detention centers are pregnant. They weren't pregnant when they went in. We need DNA samples of every single ICE agent to match who is graping these girls. Why is this not happening? Now, that should be some immediate legislation. Immediate legislation. It's bad enough that people are just being snatched off the streets. Not just people that aren't illegal, but people that are legally going through the process, people that have been here, people that have been naturalized citizens, people that were born in America. But you got crap like this that's happening. Allegedly. And it's a sad situation. Respect versus disrespect. Respect versus disrespect. We're in a day and age where a lot of things are just upside down, inside out. Well, right is left and left is right. And everything wrong seems right, and what's right is viewed as wrong. Sexy Sugar Mama said, so will they be deporting these babies of ICE agents? Man, listen. They're causing more of a problem. Not only that, President 4547 is keeping all eyes off him once again. Can you say deflection? That's a fact. All these things, the wars, the rumors of wars, these covert and overt operations, the TSA bill not being passed, ICE being put in airports. There's a lot of deflection to get you away because ain't nobody really been talking about the Epi files. Ain't nobody been talking about the Epi files. Call them what they are, bona fide bounty hunters. They're no kind of agents. You don't hear too much about the Epi files no more, do you? It's by design. It's by design. Respect versus disrespect. Man, If your ass is sleeping, I mean proverbially, your third eye, if you're asleep, you better wake the hell up. Wake the figgity up. What? Wake the figgity up. What? Get your ass up mentally and pay attention to everything going on. Pay attention to how things are moving. Pay attention to your circle because they just might hurt you. Pay attention to those outside your circle because they're lurking, trying to figure a way to get in. And when I say your circle, I'm not necessarily saying your group of friends and associates. I'm talking about the circumference of your mind. Because not only is the disrespect happening nationally, internationally, in your cities and in your states and in your towns, but it also happens closer to home when it comes to the things that you want to do, the goals you aspire to take on and achieve, the advancements you want in your life, the betterment you want for yourself and your family, spiritually, financially, emotionally. Where is that? We live in a day and age. DT Prodigy, what's good? Sag Gang of Don't Bang. Come on over to the good YouTube. We in a day and age where people think that you're supposed to respect them and they're not supposed to respect you back, or that them respecting you back is some kind of maybe I will, maybe I won't. Look at the TSA workers. It's no respect there because if they respected the job that they do, they would pass that bill unanimously, get them their money on. If they respected human beings and humankind, men and women, had a heart, they would not have formed ICE. And if they were, they would be handling the situation a lot more sensitively. They're treating everybody that's come across the borders here of certain hues. You don't hear too many stories of pale individuals from white or Caucasian lineage individuals being snatched up and deported. You don't hear too many stories of it. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen before anybody get their panties in a bunch. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. Frank Murphy, DC Mumbo Sauce. If they had compassion for humankind, they would handle it differently. They started all this under the guise of getting rid of hardened criminals and rapists and people doing all kinds of atrocities. But what we've seen that it's more people, law-abiding citizens and or people that are trying to become citizens that have been snatched up by this Gestapo in courtroom, outside of courtrooms and court buildings, at hearings over their citizenship and or visas, snatched up. How disrespectful is that? Okay, people say the argument, okay, if they here illegally, whatever, that's on them, right? But what about the people that have either come here under visas and have applied for citizenship, and or the people that may have came here not the right way, but under programs that were around, started the process to make themselves whole and legal U.S. citizens? What about those individuals that haven't committed any crimes, that have worked in a lot of the jobs that y'all complain about jobs being taken, but y'all don't want to do them? Snatching them up. Respect versus disrespect. There comes a time, where enough has to be enough. Enough has to be enough. When it comes to people and their entitlement and them thinking that, oh, you're going to respect me and that's it. I might respect you. I don't know. And then smile in your face and act like y'all cool or whatever the case may be. Get liquored up and get to running their mouth and doing calculated things, them in conjunction with other individuals. Y'all see what that says right there? Disrespecting me and expecting me to respect you is crazy. I'm human like the next individual. I'm human like the next man, the next woman, right? So I don't got, I'm flawed. My every response might not be the most civil or the best or the most righteous or the right thing to do. But I always say I'm like a counterpuncher. I'm punching, I'm ducking and punching off of your punch. Zola, GMG, huh? I'm a counterpuncher when it comes to things. As young as I look in the face, I'm 53. And I ain't get here by being no sucker, no punk, no pushover for nobody. And I noticed as I started to let go of certain things in my life, everything started running amok. Everything started running amok. People I didn't have issues with started having issues with me. Things that I had involved myself in, that I was removing myself from, let people and things show themselves for who the hell they really are. Almost cussed. And at the end of the day, the accountability is on me because, again, I either involve myself with things or people, or I've been allowed to be around people, or I had a trusting heart and allowed certain people closer than they should have been. But it's a different level of wickedry, evilness, when you got people that set out and thrive on trying to make you look away. Respect versus disrespect. But their life is in shambles. I'm not calling any names. I'm not doing none of that. But what I am going to say is be mindful of people put in certain positions and how they utilize those positions and what they utilizing them positions for. Be mindful of the people, men and women, and their intentions and their need for attention. Be mindful of what and whom you allow in your life. Be mindful of the things, the people, the places that you entertain or allowed yourself to be entertained by. Be mindful if you setting out to better yourself, build your legacy, further your goals, or elevate, should I say, watch how people act. Watch how the devil gets busy. Watch how people get very disrespectful. And because of these internet streets, think that is cool. We all got flaws. We all got shortcomings. We all got things about us. We're only responsible for, control, or have a way to change the things about us. We can't change other individuals. We can't change, we can only work to change our circumstances, but we can't change individuals. We can change our relationships with those individuals. We can change whether or not we allow access by way of listening, partaking, entertaining, or being around certain individuals. We got control over that. Pay attention. Pay attention to the motives and the things in which how people operate. Pay attention to the reasoning why people say they do certain things, even if it's me. Even if it's me. Pay attention. People want to point their finger at you and point out your flaws the whole time they're wearing 5 pounds of makeup proverbially to cover their own bullshit. They're wearing poo shiesties and masks to mask themselves up to make them look like they something more than what they are. I've never hidden from any of my flaws or my issues. I've talked about them because I know how to take accountability. Let me get close to this mic. I be damned if I ever let a man or a woman pressure, push, prod, or try to extort me or get me to do what the hell they want me to do if I'm not consenting or I want to do it or have some plans to do it. That ain't never been my makeup. I don't give a damn who they are, what title they got, what they was in the streets, what they are on television, who they're employed by, who they're sexting or married to, whether they are the president of the United States down to the guy that sweeps the street. Respect versus disrespect. I'm a youngin'. Good vibes. Good morning. I'm good. I'm over on the YouTube. Come on over. Respect is given as respect is received on man time. When it comes to men and women, I give a measure of respect to everybody. I give it as I want to receive it. But if that line is crossed, you can't expect for me to continue to give you the respect that you won't give me as the common reciprocal courtesy. And be mindful of those individuals that claim that you're their brother or your sister, or that there's a close bond or these things. Because a lot of times they wearing a mask with that too. Be careful with individuals who are unhappy in their lives but want to read your life for filth by what they think they know about you. Be careful of entertaining individuals who have shown a pattern of dealing with uh, spiritual and moral impropriety. Be careful of entertaining and dealing with individuals by their own actions or things that you can clearly see that don't line up with morality, that don't line up with stability, that don't line up with the things that they should be doing in their own lives, whether it be with their family, children, etc. Be careful with entertaining or being around said individuals, even if that individual is me. Because a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, them and their dysfunction, unhappiness with their own world of things are going to project on you, and that projection will turn to disrespect, whether it's subtle, subbing as y'all like to say, or overt, saying and doing things to make you look away. Be careful. And if the people that you socialize with, entertain, or are around, whether it be for work, whether it be for business, whether it be for whatever the case may be, can't show you a certain line of respect because it's warranted, stop messing with them. Stop being around them. Stop entertaining them. Stop allowing them to pull you out of pocket. I fall short on that at times too, because people pull me out of pocket. And that's what I'm working on. D Blade, good morning from that good H-Town in the building. Be mindful. Be mindful. You can be cordial. You can be respectful. You can compliment. You can be an ear, a shoulder. You can do any and everything positive for an individual, and them not being happy in themselves will project that on you and pull you out of character. You can have an individual that you've done things for in their time of need and time of wants. But soon as something goes wrong, something doesn't turn out quite right, they show you who the hell they are. And respect goes out of the window. Respect that they claim that they had for you. But let a little drinky drink, a little smoky smoke, or any other illicit activities get involved and it gets exacerbated. Then they play a game. It's up to you to decide, are you going to play the game with them, play it back, or not involve yourself? Respect versus disrespect. Be mindful of individuals that hide in plain sight. Hide in plain sight. What do you mean by that, Big Phil? As y'all know, I'm involved with another network, or whatever the case may be. And there's individuals that are part of that network and or were a part of that network in various capacities, who've had secret conversations and things of that nature of displeasure and wanting to do other things because they ain't like how the network was being run. One, two, three, four, 4 individuals have been found out. There's one individual who's close to said network who's been operating, so to speak, right under the nose, who has championed certain individuals that conspired against that network, who is also, from conversations with said individuals, disseminated information to the network to try to tear people down, including myself. And the funny part is, they stupid ass don't even know that I know how certain information got to where it got to and how things got bigger than what it was. Because I play chess, not checkers. And I sit, I watch, and I listen. But if you pay attention, people tell on themselves. I tell on myself, everybody tells on themselves if you pay attention. If we not keeping it 100. People tell on themselves. People's motives and agendas show themselves. I don't give a fuck who they employed by. What's your real motive? What's your real reason for being around? Why you keep running and telling that? Telling bullshit at that? Why you keep disseminating BS? Why you keep pushing chaos? Why you keep trying to cause toxicity? Why you keep trying to create division amongst individuals? Octavia, good morning, GMG. We in the building. Is that Tavy Rance? Good morning. Good to see you. Be mindful of those individuals because those are the worst ones. That's worse than Judas. That's not, Peter ain't even the conversation. That's worse than Judas. I could get deeper, but I'm not doing that. But understand something. When it comes to respect versus disrespect, people will disrespect you who haven't learned to respect their own selves. Hey, Tavy. People will disrespect you because they don't even respect their own selves, how they're living, the activities they involve themselves in, the immorality in which they move in their own personal life. Listen to them. Listen to the way they talk. Listen to the things that they associate with. Listen to the bullshittery in which they profess online and in real time, in real life. I'm not just talking about men. I'm not just talking about women. I'm talking about both. If you listen long enough, people will tell you who they are. People will tell you exactly who they are. How are you going to try? Why? How can you better yourself? How can you better yourself, but out your mouth you talking about doing wickedness? How can you better yourself and out of your mouth you talking about slutting yourself out? How can you better yourself when you going around gossiping, but trying to make yourself look more solid than the next individual? How can you better yourself when you're hiding from the mirror of your real life? How can you better yourself when you can't even take accountability for your own actions? How can you better yourself when you won't even acknowledge your own afflictions, addictions, flaws, and shortcomings? And if you can't do none of those things of bettering yourself, how the hell can you look at anybody else and give them the amount of measure of respect that you're supposed to give individuals? Now, you might tolerate individuals because of a position they gave you. You might tolerate individuals because you think you're gonna get something out of it, be around celebrity friends and get accolades and build something off of the right up under the nose and off the back of said individuals. You might put on a front and tolerate individuals if you think somebody gonna buy you something, give you something, work for the agenda you got going on, or possibly get you some money, but it's not respect. It's calculated toleration. It's calculated toleration. I know personally me, I've tolerated certain things. I got respect for certain things in individuals, and I give respect in a certain degree, varying on who it is, varying on whom I'm dealing with and what I'm dealing with, right? But once I realize that the respect is not reciprocal, or that there's bullshiggery amok, or there's a game being played, or there's an agenda on the table, or that the devil's getting busy, I act accordingly, or should I say react accordingly. I tell people all the time, if I'm flawed or I got shortcomings, pray for me, have grace with me, have a little mercy with me. Tell me about myself. You can tell me about myself. I'll take it if you're right. But if people, individuals, men and women aren't approachable or and have no accountability of their bullshit, you don't need to be around them. And I'll also say this. It's a part of disrespect and disrespect. For those that are onlookers, side people, cool with, so-called cool with, or found some kind of camaraderie or looked up to certain individuals because of certain things, or just have a certain liking for certain individuals, don't disrespect yourself by being blind to their bullshit. Don't disrespect yourself in maintaining the adoration, the friendship, or anything else, and you can't call them on their BS. Or you turn a blind eye to it and think that it's cool because of whom they are or who they're connected to and or related to, or what position they have, or how much they got in their pocket, or what past they had, or the possibility of you being a homie, lover, friend, or more, men or women. Stop disrespecting yourself. Respect yourself enough to pull the hell back. Respect yourself enough to be a better friend, if you call yourself friend to any individual, and talk to them. Pull their collar, pull their shirt collar. Hey, you tripping, Phil. Hey, you tripping, so-and-so. You're wrong. You said that wrong. You're acting out wrong, whatever the case may be, right? Respect yourself enough to not entertain the bullshiggery. Respect yourself enough to respect that individual and don't condone their sucker shit, their bullshit, their afflictions or addictions for the sake of content, for the sake of a laugh, for the sake of camaraderie, for the sake of love, or any of that. That's a fact, Tavy. That's a fact. Respect yourself enough to say enough is enough. And that's why I said that I'm no longer entertaining certain individuals. Whether it costs me an opportunity, whether it costs me some followers, whether it costs me a look in a bigger scheme of things, if it costs me anything, I'm cool on it. Because at the end of the day, and I always say this, what God got for me is for me. Not for you, not for you, or not for you. What God got for me, just like what God got for you, is for you, and that ain't for me. So if that door closed, that opportunity changes or pulls back, some people stop following or stop coming around or whatever the case may be, then that's what was meant to happen anyway. Because at some point, you got to stop disrespecting yourself and respect yourself enough to know your worth. Know whom you are and whose you are. Respect yourself enough to not tolerate blatant disrespect disguised as jokes, shits and giggles, kicks and giggles. Especially when things are purposely orchestrated, put together, or done. Respect yourself enough to pay attention to how people move. Pay attention to the things they think you don't know or things they think you can't see. Pay attention to the ones that always got your name in their mouth in a negative light for no good or apparent reason outside of the fact that they are just wicked. I'm not talking about somebody that you might have owed money to. I'm not talking about somebody that you really might have had a falling out with. I'm not talking about certain things. What I am talking about is the people that act out towards you or against you without you owing them anything, without you having a bad dialogue or whatever the case may be. When you first notice it, I'm talking about the people that smile in your face, but the whole time they're just despising something about you. And if these people are in public lights and public forums and things of that nature, if you look at certain footage, you can see it in their eyes and in their faces when they look at you or look at other people. Because the person that I'm coming to mind has been caught on camera looking at people out of envy and jealousy and malice and didn't know the individuals at all. Y'all seen some of the footage? Because some of the footage has been caught and honed in on. Some people are just wicked. Some people are wicked. Some of these individuals hover together in groups, offline and online, to get the tea, to feed off each other's wickedness, to feed off each other's BS, to feed off each other's immorality. And you can hear it and you can see it. You can sense it. You can feel it. Pause. You can almost taste it. It's palatable if you pay attention. And the messed up part about it is a lot of them end up going at each other because devilishment and the devil is the author of confusion. God is not the author of confusion or chaos. So a lot of times you see certain individuals that if they continually go at it with certain other individuals who they were cool with or That's my sis. That's my good bro. That's my this. That's that. All these things that lets you know is a certain spiritual warfare within that. It's a certain thing going on within that. Pay attention. Pay the hell attention. I'm learning these things for myself. I've been paying attention and I've been allowing certain things. I've been playing along with certain things. Not playing along, that's the wrong word. I've been tolerating certain things that I'm no longer tolerating. Unlike certain other miserable individuals that got to live through other individuals and family members and associates and things of that nature to try to make themselves look relevant or look like they're that person, or an individual whom can't operate or do nothing of their own accord positively without somebody else coddling them or giving them the look and pushing them in front of people. I ain't never had to be that individual. I was born an only child. I didn't have big brothers and big sisters to look up to. I had to make my own way. Did it however I had to do it, good, bad, or different. Never perfect, far from it. But I come from a time that respect meant something. Disrespect meant something too. In this day and age, that line is so blurred, it's ridiculous. I can operate in the same rooms as certain individuals, but I'm no longer going to entertain certain individuals. And it's amazing. Again, it's amazing how when you decide to make certain life changes, some that y'all knew about and some that y'all don't even know about, for the betterment of me, that's when all chaos just started acting out. All the disrespect, the lies, the bullshittery, certain things falling apart and things of that nature all happen. But you know what keeps me sane in it? The accountability of my flaws, but also the foresight and the knowledge that all this needs to happen. You have to destroy things to build up something. Just like if somebody's going to build a building, they got to tend to that ground, break that ground up, get all the debris up and prepare that ground for the new foundation in the building. If certain things have been a certain way in your life and you're trying to change your life for the better, certain things have to be shaken up, broken up, destroyed, pushed away, removed to make room for you to be the person that you're meant to be. And in the moment, it's like, why now? Like, But if you pray for certain things going to happen. And the things come with it is discernment. The things that come with it is the people showing who they are, and under what spirit they are operating. It's bad enough. It's bad enough. Peep scheme, wagwan. It's bad enough. In this entertainment industry, you see a lot of fake fraud individuals that smile in your face whole time they be on something else. The entertainment industry, whether it be the records, whether it be music, whether it be television, whether it be podcast, it's filled with a lot of fake ass individuals. It's up to you to maintain you trying to be the best person you are. I say trying because you're human, right? So you might fall or stumble, whatever the case may be, right? But it's bad enough, you know that, right? But then just in personal circles, to see it happen or whatever the case may be. In this social media era that we live in, all the bullshittery is perpetuated, magnified, promoted, idolized. Immorality is made to look like it's the end thing. I can go on for days about all the accolades and the things that I've done in my life. Been on TV, been on radio, did this, did that, acted in plays, done these things, da 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 da. None of that matters if it don't align to where what my purpose is. Of course, those things are part of what makes me me. What has helped to hone me, not just the accolades, but also the things, the trials, the tribulations, the things that I've been through, are all things that are that make me me. But when you make a personal choice to try to live out your purpose, you're going to see all hell is going to break loose. Especially if you come from a background of, you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Devil get busy. He get mad when his hands is slipping off you. You get up off me, Slim. You ain't got no place here in the first place. And some people around you who still dealing with demonic influences in their own life start to acting out. No matter what they saying or doing, though, it's up to the individual to take accountability, because you either dealt with these said individuals, you involved yourself with things or circumstances or places or opportunities with said individuals. You got to take accountability for your role in what's going on. And at all times, I do. Terry, I appreciate that, my brother. I appreciate that. And we in a place in time where people feel like they can say whatever the hell they want to say out their mouth to you, but feel as though you're not supposed to say anything back. Whether it be a female, and you're a man, you shouldn't say nothing back. I should be able to say whatever I want, and you should just be able to take it. Or you a man, and you demand respect, but you're being disrespectful in the things that you say and or the actions and moves you're making. Make that make sense. But the only way I can make it make sense is that it's all a test. Not for them, a test for me. A test that I pass some and I fail some. What I fail some, I learn from. And hopefully in learning some, I grow from. And in growing from, I become better when facing certain situations again, if they come about. Or the foresight to see it coming, so I can either remove myself, move out the way, and let it bypass me. Respect versus disrespect. Respect yourself enough to know enough is enough of disrespect. Respect yourself enough to know and acknowledge your own flaws and shortcomings and do something about it to make change. Respect yourself enough to know that Just because it look good don't mean it's good for you. That's person, place, or thing. And let people that are steeping in disrespect, steeping in a demonic influence, immorality, let them be. You can pray for them, pray it, pray that they be delivered, but let them be where they at. Let them be who they be. Let them be with who they be around. I know when it comes to these online streets, sometimes in certain settings, I'm under a different page or I'm in the A90s, as they say, because you want to listen and be entertained by certain things. But sometimes you got to just remove yourself altogether from being in the room when said individuals all around, because it can trigger something, and or you're no longer being entertained by what you're watching, but you're critiquing the input of certain individuals who you know ain't right in whatever capacity, and it takes away from the enjoyment and or the entertainment or the enlightenment or the information that's being disseminated from everybody else. I've been often asked, Phil, why you don't come to this live or go to this live or this, that, and the third. Sometimes I'm in that live, but they don't know I'm there. But I don't come forward because of certain individuals that are there. I've already implemented that. But sometimes you just got to kind of, okay, you going to a room, going to a live, going to a space, and you see them there. Okay, I'm out. To protect your own peace, to respect your own boundaries, mentally as well as emotionally. Forget them. Forget what they do and what they don't do, how they're living and how they don't live it, how they not living. Protect your peace. Respect yourself. Know your worth. And move accordingly. Now, in doing so with those things, some people that might run the rooms or run the lives or run the spaces or run the things, they might feel away like, how come Phil don't never come over here or whatever the case may be, or lend his voice to this, that, and the third. Let me say this for if any of those individuals are watching, it's not personal to you. It's not personal to what you got going on. It's personal to some of the people that you're entertaining or have around you that I choose not to. So I don't want certain individuals to feel away if I don't come in open forum or, acknowledge or whatever the case may be, what you got going on. I'm just protecting my peace. I'm protecting my energy, protecting my respect of self. That's for any men or women that put on spaces or lives or whatever the case may be and wonder why I'm not around, or they think I'm not around, or whatever the case may be. It's not personal. Not personal. I spoke yesterday, right? People want to call out bullshittery when it comes to certain individuals. Forgive me, my mouth is getting dry. Pause. People want to call out the bullshittery of certain individuals' actions and activities in which some people take that they deem to be foul, wrong, et cetera, right? But then they will turn a blind eye or look past or tolerate it coming from somebody else, or seeing them doing it to somebody else because of who they are, who they're connected to, who they're related to, or what you perceive them to be. And I made the point to say that needs to stop. If you're gonna condemn one person for the thing, you need to condemn everybody else that does it. And I said, including me. I said, I've been a part of the bullshittery my damn self, right? I didn't stand on a hill or on a podium and looking down on people. I said, we all have played a part at some time or another in the bullshittery and or the going low, the talking about people, the entertaining people, the allowing people to be around or being around individuals that ain't right in this day of doxing and all these things, right? We've tolerated certain people, we've been around certain people, but then people are saying, so and so, he shouldn't have did that, but he cool. Oh, she talked about my kids, but oh, that's my sis now. Oh, that's my good girlfriend. Oh, he done got up here and cussed out this woman and cussed this person out and did this, that, and the third, and told his business and this, that, and the third. But he cool. Nah, that's so and so people. Oh nah, she out here causing dissension in every space and place she goes into. But she cool. She got so many followers. This dude always causing issues or whatever the case may be. But I'ma tolerate it because he got this going on. We all give excuses for the people that we either rock with or see some potential or see an opportunity or want something from, but other individuals will judge them to damnation. And yesterday I was saying all that needs to stop. We need to carry it across the board for men and women, including myself. If you feel as though I'm not your cup of tea, or you feel as though I'm not right, or you feel as though you don't want to be around me, remove yourself from me. You ain't got to be in the A9s and pay attention to. You ain't got to go trying to find out what I got going on. You ain't got to keep bringing my name up around individuals. You ain't got to be sitting there when others bring my name up, good, bad, or indifferent. Respect yourself. Respect yourself. You ain't got to respect the other person. Respect yourself. And that's where I'm at with things. Not just talking about respecting myself, but exuding that. I might fall short a time or two. Pray for me. If you really rock with me and you have access to me, pull me by my coattail. Let me know. Hey, Phil, you were bugging. Phil, you could have handled that a different way. Phil, you could have said it a different way. Phil, you ain't had to say nothing at all. Whatever the case may be, I'm in a place and space of growth, positive growth, and I'm far from perfect. And for those that would say, okay, how can this be mended and how can this be patched up? Some things don't need to be mended. Some things don't need to be patched up. Some bridges that are burnt and should have been burnt. It should have been blown the hell up so that you, not them, so that you aren't tempted to cross over to the other side anymore. Some bridges we desire to fix that have been broken, burnt, or whatever the case may be. But then there's certain bridges that should never be rebuilt. You shouldn't want access to what's over there. Because some things can't be unsaid, some things can't be undone. And some people ain't trying to change who they are. Some people ain't trying to better themselves. And some people are dealing with spirits and principalities that you don't want next to you or to be clinging onto you or you don't want to absorb by being around individuals. If that costs me followers, cool. If that costs me supporters, cool. If that costs me opportunities, cool. If that costs me a love interest, cool. If it costs me anything that's not positive or for my purpose or my greater good, cool. And start aligning yourself with people that truly support you, that truly love you in whatever capacity, and not necessarily talking about a romantic love, but love the person that you are, or an agape love, or love you as a friend, or love what you do. Surround yourself with people that really support you. They might not see every move you make or your vision or whatever the case may be, but they see something in you and on you and want you to succeed. They don't have to be in the same line of work as you. They ain't got to do the exact same thing as you, but that they genuinely want to see you win, no matter if they are going through hell themselves, or if they got it all together, whether they are broke or multimillionaires, whether they are blue collar workers or the head of a corporation, whether they are entrepreneurs or unemployed, whether they are in the streets doing whatever the case may be, or doing everything by the book. Surround yourself with people that want to see you win. Surround yourself with people that want to see you win wholeheartedly, without nothing attached. Surround yourself, or matter of fact, align yourself, or allow God to align you with the person that complements you, both your strengths and your flaws. Everybody's saying, don't get with that man or don't get with that woman because y'all not equally yoked. But they saying because his life is looking this way and your life is looking this way. But they're not looking at the bigger picture of that scripture where it says about, be ye equally yoked, or whatever the case may be. I'm paraphrasing, so forgive me. Being equally yoked with somebody is being able to take up the slack of where they fall short, their shortcomings, their flaws, and them with you, so that you all can move together in unison along a path, a goal, a dream, an aspiration, a journey in life together, where at a time, one of you might get tired, one of you might get pissed off, one of you ain't handling your bills properly or your finances properly, one of you ain't feeling the other individual, one of you are tired, one of you is dealing with a sickness or an illness, and the other one is right there to help pull it back together, and y'all continue moving forward. Respect yourself enough to align yourself with something like that. Not something like that, with someone like that. And don't worry about everything being where it needs to be. If you walk towards God, it'll get there. And I'm not just talking about love and relationship. I'm talking about in business opportunities, your job, etc. But do know this. Trust me, I'm a living witness to that. As you walk through this life and as you try to make better changes for yourself, things are going to come along. Tests, trials, tribulation are going to come along. How you act to it, how you react to it, whether you, woe is me, cry and stay stuck in the mess, or if you get up, dust yourself off, clean yourself off, push forward, find a solution, and get through it, over it, around it, etc. Respect yourself in a world of so much disrespect. Our current head of this government has been very disrespectful in the way in which he's moved, usurped, bypassed, disregarded, blatantly said, I'm not worrying about protocol when it comes to making certain actions and doing things. Disrespect. Not having respect for the office that he holds and the people that put him there, and or the people and constituents of this country, and what's the greater good for the country as a whole. Forget the race, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation. What's the greater good for the whole? Respect versus disrespect. They're constantly trying to disrespect former presidents because of their skin tone and other reasonings. The disrespect when it comes to talking to women or talking about women, the disrespect when it comes to classism, elitism, and things of that nature. Not all people are meant to be with you for a lifetime. Some are with you for a reason, others only a season. You'll find who's who as you go on in this journey we call life. That's a fact of Mundo, sexy sugar mama. That's a fact of Mundo. And understand, we got to take accountability because I know me. I used to thrive to walk the razor's edge, if that makes sense. You got to get to the point where you got to choose, pick a side. You can't just walk the razor's edge. You can't toe the line. Even though it's thrilling, it can be thrilling, alluring, exciting. You got to pick a side. What it is you want out of life, how you want to live your life, how you want to get to it. If anything, I want anybody to take from this morning show today, episode 280 of them things, is to RESPECT, respect yourself. Stop relying on, looking for, thriving off of other people respecting you, because you're not always going to get the respect that you deserve or that you should get. The consideration that you should get, the grace, the mercy that you should get. But you can respect yourself to recognize when you're giving other people a certain measure of respect, grace, mercy, etc., and it's not being reciprocated. And it's up to you through your accountability to change that. Whether it's a conversation, whether it's distance, whether it's whatever. It's up to you to decide, are you going to you going to demand respect or look for respect, or you going to tolerate disrespect, a little of the both, or whatever. The choice is yours. I didn't go into this show with a sermon in mind. This was only supposed to have been a 15-minute conversation. I had other topics to talk about. But as I started talking about this portion of the show, it expanded from my mind to my mouth, pause, and hopefully to your ears and to your heart. Again, I'm not speaking from a place of being on a podium. Yes, I'm the host of this show and I'm talking, but I'm not speaking to a place of from the mountaintop on a podium. I'm human and I'm flawed, just like every one of y'all listening and watching and those that will come in contact with this. I got my bullshiggery with me. I got my flaws. But I esteem to be a better man every day. Every day. Sometimes I might clip and fall, stumble and fall, but I'm going to bounce my ass right back up. Pause. No diddy. I'm going to go through things. I'm not going to sit there and worry and waddle in the problem. I'm going to find the solution. And I'm going to get to the solution. I've said it before, going into this year and at the beginning of this year, 2026, it's going to be my biggest year ever thus far. Everything, every good thing that has my name on it, I'm coming for it. Every blessing, every good opportunity, that person I'm meant to be with, building my brand, business ventures, aligning myself with the right team, aligning myself with the right individuals, with the right mindsets to get me to where I'm trying to go. More importantly, my relationship with God. More importantly, me walking and living my purpose. That's what I'm on. I don't care who has had an issue with me. I don't care what they think about me. I don't care what flaw they see in me. I don't care what gossip or what backbiting they want to do about me. I don't care if I look like your ex-boyfriend or ex-homie or your baby father or your daddy or your son or whoever in your life that affected you some kind of way. I'm going after 2026 and beyond with a passion and a focus, intention on my purpose and everything that aligns with it positively. Whoever got an issue with that, take it up with yourself. Because it ain't on me. The areas in which I need to improve to see all these things through, I'm working on them. Whether I'm talking about working on them or not, I'm working on them. To better this show, I'm working on some things. To be welcoming to the right individual into my life for the rest of my life, working on that. For the best opportunities, the right opportunities for me to be involved with, I'm prepared and preparing for that and those. The flaws that I can change, worked on, and definitely a work in progress on those. To whom is called, much is required. And through my life, through my journey, through my times, I noticed that there's been much required of me. No matter how much I've tried to run away from it, no matter how much I tried to deny it, no matter how much I tried to move with blinders or act like it ain't there. There's always something there to remind me. There's always been something that either pushed my path back the way it need to go, or the writing would be on the wall somewhere to say, hey, you know what's up. You know what to do. You know the direction you need to go. You know you're wasting your time with this. You know you're wasting your time with that person or this person or whatever the case may be. You know your focus need to be on this. Me being hard-headed, thick-headed, big Phil is what it is. I'm human just like all of us, right? But I know better. So when you know better, you do better. And again, I'm not going to get up here on a soapbox telling you every decision, every move, everything that I got coming down the pike. Pause, no diddy. But I just hope that those of you that truly support me, rock with me, tolerate me, will be there to see the journey through. That's why I always say I'm on a journey. Walk with me. I hope that you all are there walking with me long enough to see all these things come to fruition. Y'all seen some changes in my temperament. Y'all seen some changes in how I'm doing the show. Y'all seen some changes at how I respond mostly. I still mess up here and there. But stay walking with me. I'm on that journey. Stay there. You're gonna see even better things from your boy. I got some people that want me to interview them. So I got some interviews coming. The city to city pull up, even though some of the miserable, jealous, envious, hating, despising individuals want to make light of it, it's still going to happen. and any other show or thing that I'm involved myself in, y'all gonna see it come to fruition. I'm not when it's rollout time, then yeah, you'll see it marketed, promoted. But until then, y'all not. I'm not talking about too much of nothing because words have power. Not only your words, but the words of others, especially when they come together against you, come together in conjunction against you, or whatever the case may be. Crack baby, trick baby, I appreciate that. Rocking until the wheels fall off, that part. And if the wheel fall off, I got a bunch of spares in the trunk. You hear me? Pause, no diddy. I got a bunch of other tires to interchange to put smack right back on that car so we can keep pushing. You feel me? Understand that. Love is love. Love is love, ladies and gentlemen. I love each and every one of you that rock with your boy. I pray for any of y'all that got problems or issues with your boy, especially when there's no real reason why you should have an issue with me. I pray for those that I've fallen out with. I pray for those that are no longer in my life. I pray for everybody that in hopes that they better themselves and that they do something to better their lives. I pray that God moves in them, on them, and removes from them anything that is unlike him, as I pray for it of myself. And I hope that you all, those that do pray, will pray for your boy. In the good times, the bad times, through whatever I'm showing you positively, as well as any of my flaws, I hope that you all are praying for me. The Bible talks about when you do good, evil is present. So we got to keep in mind that the devil is busy at all times. He don't want to see us. Man, that right there. When I would do good, evil is present. Lord have mercy. That right there. That right there. And if you rock with your boy, forget what other people may think about it. Don't be afraid to show it. Don't be afraid to show it. If you think I got a little something going on, or a little something positive, or I could, I got a little something with me, share the live, share the show, share some of my posts, or whatever the case may be. As your heart sees fit, that is. As your heart sees fit. Terry Murray, salute. I appreciate that salute. We in this through thick and through the thin and the thickness. Let's get to the business. Satan always been a hater. May God be my witness. Whoa, that's a bar. Don DeMarco. Shit like that. Shit. If you love me, love me. If you got no love for me, leave me alone. Leave me alone. No love lost. Like I've said before, no love lost. I'm no longer going to allow what somebody's going through, what substance they on, what vice they got, what affliction they got outside of mental illness, outward mental illness, to be an escape for them being allowed to disrespect me and me tolerating it. No longer. No longer. And I say to you all that you shouldn't either. Again, if doors close because of it, cool. If people walk out of your life because of it, cool. If things change because of it, cool. It's all a part of the purpose, the greater good. As long as you respect yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Big Phil Speaks. Y'all know what I like to say as I close this up. Smile, because you never know what it might do for somebody, including yourself. And it might get the devil in an uproar, but let him just keep smiling. You hear me? More importantly, love on somebody on purpose, with purpose. Leroy Reed, keep being great. Oh, thank you, my brother. I appreciate that. Love on somebody on purpose, with purpose. Not just in love and romance, but love and humanity. Love your fellow brothers and sisters. Last but not least, I'm not anti-you. I'm pro-me, but with an emphasis on building we. Let that marinate in your melon till the next time we can chop it up and have a tay-to-tay. Until that day, I holla. I will toot my horn and say, for my haters, do something of your own accord. Stop living up under other people's umbrellas. Be great for yourself. Until then, I bid you adieu. Stop hating on me. Stupid people do stupid things. We ain't even going to acknowledge that comment. Thank you, Crack Baby Trick Baby. Until the next episode, ladies and gentlemen, God bless you all.
GMG, we're one big happy family. We're GMG. One big happy family. Hey, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you come back again. Tell a friend, tell a friend. It's GMG and Big Phil Speech.
You know what? Before I let go, where is it at? Even though I played the outro, there's another little something I want to play in this too. Have at it. You was hating on me before? Give it a minute. You're really gonna be hating me now.
Yeah. Y'all been waiting on this one, huh? Let me talk to these haters, huh? Listen.
Waiting on me, to lose it all, fall down to my knees. They wanna be me, could never be me. Still I rise, all odds against me. Waiting on me, to lose it all, fall down to my knees. They wanna be me, could never be me. Still I rise, all eyes on me.
Hey, I see you hating, but you can't do nothing to me. Petty demons know the saying, and I rebuke that, get thee from around me. It ain't my fault you don't like your life and what it turned out to be. They be hookers and prostitutes, junkies, drunks, and weirdos, delusional souls, depraved assholes, wanna be gigolos, silly rabbits, and got the nerve to be haters. But I stay maneuvering through the hay while they catching the vapors. So lonely, simple-minded in their nature, really don't. Takes a miserable soul to hate you for being different than them. It causes glitches in them. As humble as I am, I'm more gifted than them, and they despise that. Why is that? Take it up with G.O.D. and stop all the worrying about little old me, or should I say big me? You think it's small, you need to be thinking me out. You got me locked in a jail cell in your mind.
Waiting on me,
yeah.
All I thug is me, hating on me, waiting on me to lose it all from down to my knees. They wanna be me, can never be me. Still I rise, all eyes on me.
These days, all I'm hearing is Big Phil this and Big Phil that. Worrying about what Big Phil doing, how Big Phil act. Worrying about Big Phil pockets because they ain't getting no chicken. Mad as a mug because the way I be getting it shows I'm different. They hating on the old fella, old yellow, who keeps it mellow. Staying fly as ever, and they could never. So they endeavor to spread smut on the name. Evil a man to do. Jelly in the mug because God got his hand on the dude. And I said it before, if you got no haters, you ain't doing Nathan. But they ain't doing Nathan but signifying to demonstrate. You need to get some business, find something to get into. Too much time on your hands, the devil's got your mental. You can hate on my flow, hate my skin, hate the way I'm smiling on them, the way I stay smiling on them. Won't he do it? Have you shining in front of your enemies, looking so majestic. These haters be so pathetic.
They hating on me, waiting on me to lose it all, fall down to my knees. They wanna be me, can never be me. Still I rise. All I thug is me, hating on me, waiting on me to lose it all, fall down to my knees. They wanna be me, can never be me. Still I rise. All eyes on me. If you would hate on me before, you really gon' be hating me now. If you was hating on me before, you really gon' be hating me now. Hating on me. If you was hating on me before, wait a minute, you really gon' be hating me now. Don't be hating me now.
On that note, I'm up out of here. Be great, ladies and gentlemen. And don't worry about the haters and the naysayers. Live your life. Live it more abundantly. Try to be the best individual you can. Make the day better day than the days before. And in hopes that if you're able and if you're so blessed to see tomorrow, you make it an even better day than the day. That part. I'm up out here. Peace.